I had to pull out of rush hour traffic and call in. I am on my way to the psychiatric hospital to visit my son, who threatens suicide because he does not have a father in his life. I wish I had heard of you when I was a teenager. I got married too young. I picked an idiot. I'm an idiot. I screwed up. And my son is crushed. So all of these women who think that they can handle it, disaster could be just around the corner.
Yeah.
I have a little boy who wants to die because he does not have a dad.
How did he get into the psychiatric hospital? What happened?
He wrote a couple of notes, and he took and hid some pain and anxiety medicine that could have accomplished the deal. And he's diagnosed emotionally disturbed, gets an IEP in school and SSI. One loving parent is not enough, and I married too young. He told me to go off the pill and do the Catholic family planning. I was an idiot. I screwed up big time, and my best is not good enough. And all of these women that think that they are doing their children, a fair deal, they're deluding themselves, and the kids are going to pay. I mean, I hate it, but it's the fact. I wish that I could go back in time and change things, but I can't.
Now, I imagine that, like many of the women who've called in, you're able to pay your bills and take care of the basic needs of your son.
Well, I used to be able to before I got disabled. I was working in the computer field. I'm a Microsoft systems engineer, but with a downturn in the economy plus carpal tunnel, skills get dated quickly. And no, I am currently being assisted by a charity that helps women and children avoid or get out of homelessness. I am not able to work due to fibromyalgia, carpal tunnel, etc. And basically, I've spent the last couple of years trying to attend to my son's psychological needs and have not been able to stabilize things on my own.
What do you think of these women who call in here and say, well, I can take care of my business?
They're rationalizing. They are rationalizing. My son's father, he hasn't seen him in a year and a half. He visits about maybe once a year, and in the meanwhile doesn't maintain a relationship, okay? It is my fault that I did not know enough to choose a better partner, okay? The only thing I can say in my defense is that I wasn't taught how to choose. I wish I had heard of you when I was 19, all right? But all I can do is try to keep him alive and get him therapy and hope that he doesn't take that step that he's been talking about. He is 11. He is 11, and he wants to die because he does not have a dad.
Wow. How is your family reacting to all of this?
Well, they're generally supportive, but my family isn't the greatest to start out with, which is probably why I ended up married too young as it was, My parents divorced when I was in junior high, so I was raised by a single mother, me and my 3 brothers. And, there's just a lot of human wreckage that goes along with it.
I don't think people realize.
I had to leave my husband because he was abusive, and I tried to go to college, but my son's emotional needs, he could not manage being in daycare, got thrown out. He is just... One of the reasons he's in the psych ward is because he drew a picture of his father with compound fractures in every limb and spears and knives sticking into him because he's so angry at not having a dad. And in one of his suicide notes, he said that there are pieces of me, 2 loving, caring parents, and I have one, but without the other, I will be a wreck forever, and I feel so sad I want to die. That is his suicide note.
And he's 11.
He is 11, and he has been... expressing murderous intent for his father since 1998. That's the first time I got him into therapy, and he has been off and on expressing suicide since 2nd grade. This child is in pain because he does not have a dad. I tried to get him a stepfather, and that made it worse, okay? So you're right to tell people not to date single mothers. In fact, just tell single mothers not to date. You have a kid, you just deal with it and don't involve anybody else.
Yeah.
I gotta try. I only get an hour to visit him every night, so I'm gonna be late if I don't go.
Okay.
But
You don't know how much good this does to tell this story to people on the radio.
I gotta go.
All right.
You take care, okay?
All right. Thank you, Diana.
Bye.
Now, Tamara wanted to talk to Diana, but she had to run to see her son in the psychiatric ward. Tamara, what did you want to say? I'm sure she's still listening.
Well, I think that, that's an extreme case, and I think that there are, more underlying issues and other problems going on with that child than not just having a dad. I mean, people grow up every day without a father. And
you know what, though? I tend to think most people try to submerge these thoughts or try to suppress these thoughts. And I do think that there is a lot of contained rage that kids hold inside them in situations like this.
I absolutely agree.
And it comes out when they're carjacking you, and it comes out when they're stealing your color TV, and it comes out when they knock you over the head as you're walking down the street. It comes out when they're driving through neighborhoods and firing randomly at people, like the cops that got shot at, and one was killed over in Burbank just a few weeks ago in front of the Ramada Inn on San Fernando. You hear these stories. This rage comes out in any number of ways, and to sit here and try to rationalize or to say it's not a big deal or this is unusual, the only unusual thing about this is this kid is expressing his every thought. He's writing it down. He's threatening to kill himself. Many people never say anything. They try to keep it contained. But I think there's a lot more of this than you will concede.
No, I absolutely agree. I come from a family of 8, and my father wasn't present either. And I have 6 brothers and 1 sister. So, I understand the issues that surround not having a father figure in your life. But I also believe that there are people that are predisposed to mental illness, and they pick certain things.
There may be, but that doesn't excuse the effect that not having a dad around has on people.